Boston is a huge fight town, and it was always important to me to bring big fights back to Boston. I mean, the people who grew up in this city eat, sleep, and breathe Red Sox, Celtics, Patriots, and Bruins. I mean, that's the way it works. There's something very nostalgic about remembering growing up and watching the big games or the big fights, and that's sort of what's happening in the growth of the UFC.
Part of your story in the past is your time in Boston and this, if you will, this episode with Whitey Bulger and Kevin Weeks.
It's all about clickbait, you know, getting people to click on your stories and stuff. And one the other day, I just saw one where it says, Dana White owed Whitey Bulger money. I didn't owe Whitey Bulger money, and I never even met Whitey Bulger. I don't know Whitey Bulger. But yes, the Kevin Weeks story is true. He walked into my class at the Boston Athletic Club, asked me to come out in the hall, and asked if I knew who he was, and I didn't. But as he started talking, I started to figure out who he was. And that's it. That's all I know of Kevin Weeks, and you know, it's the only time I ever saw him.
And that story was saying you were having to pay him $2,500 a week or a month?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? You never.
They wanted $2,500.
And why? Forgive my ignorance here. You were doing what?
I was teaching classes, so I was working in South Boston. I lived and was teaching classes in South Boston, and they wanted $2,500 from me. I don't know if it was a week, a month, a year, or, you know,
right.
But I didn't want to find out either.
And imagine you didn't have $2,500.
That was like $25,000 to me back then.
Free cash, right.
After that first encounter, I went quite a while without seeing or hearing from them again. And then I got a call at my house one day, and they said, you got till tomorrow to pay us the money. And I said, well, what? You're gonna find out. So I said, all right. We hung up the phone, and I literally picked up the phone and called Delta and got a plane ticket and went to Vegas.
Crazy how life goes, though, because maybe if not for the threat.
I had always planned to go back to Vegas. The question was when. I would have never went that soon because I had a lot of stuff going on here. Would have never, yeah. If that didn't happen, everything happens for a reason.
People will see this video over the weekend. They'll want to know about the main event itself. Tell us about Dillashaw, Cruz, and how special they are.
Yeah, well, it's the most important bantamweight fight we've ever had because Cruz really has never lost his belt in the octagon. And Dillashaw has beat all the guys that Cruz would be fighting, but you're never the man until you beat the man. Cruz is trying to solidify that, you know, he's the best to ever do it in the bantamweight division, and Dillashaw wants to prove that he is the real champion on Sunday night. So it's a big fight, and, you know, all that stuff is great, but what makes it even better is they absolutely hate each other, and that always makes it fun.
And hate works.
Yes, it does.
Hate works.